And so I'm just sitting there, and she's sitting there punching me and punching me and punching me. And I am absolutely bewildered as to why this is happening. So, my first instinct is to get her off of me. So, I reached my arm back as far as it would go, and I swung. And it just so happened that my hand connected with her face. Hey y'all, welcome back to another edition of the Double D Show. I am your host, Double D. Hi. How you living, girl? Have you got your life yet? Have you enjoyed how I made this beautiful wig? Have you had fun with my little life update? Have you gotten all caught up to date? Um, so as y'all can see, I changed my hair, bitch. It's hot in my room. It's hot in my room. It is hot in my room. And on top of that, I don't like middle parts. I do not like middle parts at all. I feel like a middle part is a dead giveaway that you are wearing a wig or a weave. So I had to change that shit up. And to be honest, like I said, I don't know if I've told you all of this before, but I'm a ponytail kind of bitch. I will rock a ponytail, a half pony, a full pony, up pony, down pony, side ponies. Bitch, I'm with it. I love ponytails, period. So right now, I'm rocking me a little half up, half down dude here. Cause like I said, it's hot in my room and I got all these lights on me and shit. So yeah. But y'all ain't came here to listen to me complain about how hot it is and why I changed my hair. Y'all came here because y'all saw the title of that story time. The story of how I slapped the taste out of my best friend's mouth. So, I'm gonna get into it, but before I give y'all a little bit, get into the story, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of background information. So this takes place when I was in middle school and in 8th grade. I've told y'all a lot. I've gone through a lot, like in my early childhood years, that really affected me. All through middle school, from like grade 6 to 8, I was bullied severely, and because of it, I ended up becoming a bully a little bit. But we ain't gonna get into that yet. I like telling y'all stories so far that are fun, funny, ratchet, so y'all get y'all life off of that. This channel ain't about sad sack of a life so far. But we'll get into that. But just know that the story time I'm about to tell y'all right now mirrors another story that happened to me in 6th grade very closely, and it involves my 8th grade best friend and her cousin. So let's get into it. So I think this was like what, maybe like the beginning? No, this wasn't the beginning of 8th grade. So middle of 8th grade year. By that point in time, like I said, like I just didn't give a damn about school because of all the bullying I had gone through. So a lot of times I wouldn't do homework or whatever because it was just like, to me, another reminder of school. Pause. Try to get a little bit closer here to the camera so y'all can see me a little better. There you go. So, yes, where was I? So 8th grade year, I really just did not give a damn about homework. I hated school. I hated everything about it. I didn't want to be there. And homework to me was like a constant reminder of all the shit that I went through that earlier on that day. So for me and homework was like a hell no, bitch. I don't want to do that shit. I don't want to do that shit. I'm not gonna do that shit. In addition to being like a reminder of school, I already knew the material. Like, when I would go in for tests and everything, like on the homework we were supposed to do, I would score extremely high because I understood the material. So for me, it's like, if I understand what we're talking about, why the fuck do I need to do homework? Why? Now y'all probably are like, what the hell does this have to do with anything? But trust me, bitch, this is very relevant to this story. To give y'all a little bit more background details, in 8th grade, I had the same homies that I had basically all through middle school. So we're going to introduce them here. We had homie number 1, who was like one of my best guy friends. I don't have a whole lot of guy friends. So when I do have guy friends, like me and them are like this, and we stick real quick. So the guy friend that I had in 8th grade was Dev. We're going to call him Dev. That ain't really it's partially his name, but we're going to call him Dev. Another one of my homies was what are we gonna call her? Because her name is very specific, so I can't really change her name and anything else. We're gonna call her Tinyisha. That's not really her name. My cousin's name is Tinyisha, but that's as close as I can get to her name without actually saying her name. So we're gonna call her Tinyisha. We had another friend. We're gonna call her Shanna. And then Shanna is cousins with the other girl who this story is about, who was my best friend in 8th grade. And we are going to call her Destiny. So this one day, I'm just like having a real rough day. I think I've been going through some personal stuff at home around the same time. No, that hadn't happened yet. Because this is before Christmas break. So before Christmas break, I was just like having a bad time at school. Again, I did not give a damn about school. I was being bullied, so I was like, fuck it. And yeah, fuck it. So that day, it was an 8th grade day, and we had a substitute. A few days prior, our teacher, we're gonna call her Miss Baszler. We're gonna call her Miss Baszler because that's the only German last name I can think of right now. And her husband was German, so she had a German ass last name. Like if I said it, anyone who knew me in that time would instantly know who the fuck I was talking about. So we ain't gonna do that. Because I gotta protect people's identities and anonymity and everything to make sure I don't get sued for no shit. But not that she would sue me because I was one of her best students. Because hey, your bitch has a high ass reading level and she loves the fuck out of that. But that is neither here nor there. All y'all need to know is that we have her class. And we were going to have a substitute because she was pregnant at the time and she needed to have, I think, some sort of ultrasound or some sort of checkup or whatever. Basically, this entire school year, since she found out she was pregnant, I think she found out she was pregnant 3 to 4 months into the school year. And ever since then, that baby was kicking her ass. Like, that baby kicked her ass. When I tell you there'd be days where we would walk into the classroom and she'd be bent over crying because she dislocated a rib because her baby kicked the fuck out of her. That baby was kicking her ass, y'all. And that wasn't a one-time occurrence. That shit would happen multiple times. Like, she would be sitting there fine and you see her later and she's in pain and tears because her baby was kicking her ass. I saw her actually a few years later at the zoo. I don't know if she remembered me, but I knew who she was instantly. I just wasn't trying to talk to her because I was being responsible big brother at that day. I prefer female pronouns now, so mom, dad, family members, everybody, if you're watching this, I would really appreciate it if you referred to me as your daughter or as a girl. Thank you. But yeah, I was on some big brother shit, taking my little brother to the zoo at that time, and I saw her there. So I was like, oh, that's Mrs. Baszler. Oh, you got 2 kids? Because her first kid was just running circles around her, and I'm like, God damn. Hell yeah, that girl beat your ass while you was pregnant with her. Shit. She don't even sit down. But yeah, so I think she had some sort of weird, one of them little pregnancy health issues going on that day or whatever. Some shit. I don't know. But what I do know is because of it, we had a substitute that day. So as the day is progressing, I knew I didn't do my literacy homework, and for whatever reason in middle school, our grades were mostly determined by our homework, which I think is absolute bullshit because again, if I know the fucking material, why do I need to do homework? If I know the fucking material, why do I need to do homework? You're encroaching on my me time, bitch. When we get out into the real world, do you think I sit here and take my work home with me? No, bitch. I clock the fuck out and I leave that shit on my desk and say, I'm gonna handle that shit tomorrow. So why the fuck do I need to do homework? Help me understand. Please help me understand. Why the fuck do I need to do homework? Like, that's how I am even in college. Like, when I was in college, I would still be that way. I'm like, why the fuck do I need to do homework? Like, why? Why? I know the material. I get A's on every fucking thing. So why should I waste my time on some trivial bullshit that's just reinforcing what I already learned? No. No. I'm good with that. But at that point in time, I couldn't be good with that because I have parents, and my parents were the type of parents who would beat your ass and then ask questions later. So it wasn't a question about why you didn't do your homework. If you didn't do your homework and they found out you wasn't doing your homework, you got your ass whooped. And then was asked why you didn't do your homework. And since I wasn't trying to get my ass whooped because I got my ass whooped enough during that year, because again, middle school was a really shitty, rough time for me. We're going to get into this later, but this is an actually somewhat kind of funny ass story. So I'm telling it now. But yeah, my parents did, coming from the South, me and black parents, they was ass whoopers. Thank God they ain't ass whoopers no more. They didn't calm down. They didn't got old. They didn't slow down. They don't be whooping on my brother like that. I think I can count on one hand how many times he's been whooped. Thank the Lord, because whooping your kids is not always the answer. It really isn't. You need to sit down and talk to your kids before you just haul off and whoop their ass. But we ain't getting on my soapbox today. We just talking about a story that happened. So, because of the fact that I knew that if I did not do my homework, I was going to get my ass whooped, and I knew this because I had an F in the class because I wasn't doing my homework, and the teacher even reinforced what I said at parent-teacher conferences when my mom found out I had an F in that class. Dante Reeves is so smart. He is so smart, but I just don't understand. He never does his homework. Yeah, bitch, because fuck it. Why? And I don't understand why my grade depends on my homework, but why? So, my mama knew I had an F because the teacher snitched on me and was like, you need to get that fixed. I'm whooping your ass. Not understanding everything that I was going through mentally and the fact that A, it wasn't challenging to me because fuck it, I already know this. And B, I don't want to do extra schoolwork because I'm tormented every day because of school. But again, I'm not going to hold that against my parents. That is some shit that happened a long time ago. They have since understood because we've talked it. Well, I know I've talked about this with my mom because I don't want my brother to go the same way. I don't know if I talked about it with my dad, but I think my dad watches my videos. So, Dad, if you are watching this, if Coco starts doing some weird stuff and starts acting up and stops doing his homework, talk to him. Talk to him first and then punish him. But talk to him because there may be something deeper going on. So like I said, I knew I was gonna get my ass whooped if I didn't do my homework. So all day, basically, I've been trying to do my homework because normally in class, the way our classes were set up is like we didn't really do shit. So like our teachers would be talking to us and we took notes. And again, since I understood most of this subject matter, partially because during my summers, I would go to a summer program called Breakthrough, which basically prepared you for everything that you were going to learn the following year once you actually started school. So I knew all the source material, and with my eidetic memory, again, it was like, I don't need to do this shit. So I wouldn't really pay attention in class too much unless it was something I knew that I didn't know. Now, for whatever reason, like I said, most days in class, we did not do shit. And for the most part, I knew all the material of what we were doing. Bitch, that shit did not happen the fucking day. That was not the case on this Friday. That was not the fucking case at all. That was not the case at all. Every single class I had was like covering new shit. And I'm like, y'all, it's a Friday. What the fuck? Why are we doing review day and all that shit? Like all the extra bullshit that... You know what? I backed up. I need to correct something real quick. I was not in the 8th grade when this happened. I was in the 7th grade, which is why I was so angry, because 7th grade was a really shitty year. 8th grade, by that point in time, niggas knew not to fuck with me because I was crazy as fuck, and if you said the wrong thing to me or did the wrong thing to me, I was either gonna haul off and beat your ass in the middle of the class, or I was gonna threaten to haul off and beat your ass in the middle of the class and end up getting myself suspended. But one of the two, they realized we don't want to fuck with him because there are some consequences of fucking with him. So yeah, I was in the 7th grade at this time, not the 8th grade. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. Like, you know, there was no review day, no, none of that shit. It was all, everything was fucking new. And I'm like, God damn, I am never going to get my homework done. So finally we get to 8th grade, or like our last period of the day, which is my English class. That's what Miss Faith taught. She taught 7th grade literature or whatever the fuck they call it. Like, I don't know why, but they have a different name for every class. Even though it's like the same class, each grade level is just a different name because you're a different grade. You should be considered just something different. That's fucking retarded. I don't know why it is that way, but it is. It's stupid and I don't agree with it, but that's the American education system for you. I wanted to change it by being a teacher, but then I realized very quickly I don't have patience for teenagers, so fuck all of that noise. So, it is what it is. Anyways, I get to class and I'm like, okay, now we really need to put the pedal to the metal. Let's sit here and actually try to do our homework while this teacher is talking or whatever. Because this is a substitute teacher. Surely she can't be giving us no work that we're gonna actually need. Now, mind you, like I said, I introduced some background characters earlier on. Destiny was like my best friend. Like, there was something about that girl that she and I just clicked like this. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. We'll talk about that more in a little bit because our parents had some thoughts and things about it, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit more in a little bit. But yes, like, she and I clicked like this. That was my bitch. That was my soul sister. I love the hell out of her. Like, every day we was sitting there talking together and all of that. That was my butch. That was my boo. That was my boo thing. But this motherfucking day, Destiny decided that she wanted to act up. And I don't know why she was acting up. I think it has something to do with one of our other friends who's gonna call Stephanie. That's like the English name, the English version of her name. Her name is the Spanish version of Stephanie. So if you know what it is, then you know what it is. And if you went to MLK during the same time frame, you know what I'm talking about. But Stephanie, I guess, had been just sitting there talking to Destiny all day. And one thing that I can say about me is, well, actually two things. One, I am a very, very, very kind, very nice person. So because of my kindness and niceness, sometimes people see that to think that I am weak. And that is far from the case. I am not a weak bitch. I am not a weak bitch. I am a very strong bitch, and I will let you know about it if you get me to a point where I feel like I need to let you know that I'm a strong bitch, and we will get fucked with it. And two, people like to fuck with me. They like to fuck with me because A, I'm an easy target, and B, my reactions are funny. So basically all day, that's what had been happening. Destiny and Stephanie were sitting there playing Truth or Dare, and a lot of their dares revolved around fucking with me. So by the time we get to 8th period, I'm irritated, I'm annoyed, I haven't got any of my homework done, I am running severely behind, and I know I'm gonna get my ass whooped if I don't get this shit done because my parents are expecting me to get my grades better. So tell me why, when we get inside of our 8th period class and our substitute teacher's name, I don't even remember her name. All I remember is that her first name is Michelle. That is literally all I remember, is that her name is Michelle. And I don't even remember how I remember that, but that's all I remembered, is that her first name was Michelle, and I think she ended up becoming a math teacher later on when we at high school. For those, like, I went to MLK Middle School. If you guys live up in the Denver metro area, you know about the reputation MLK had. I was there when it was a bad school and got transformed into that early college and on that all uppity, forward thinking bullshit. So that's another story, another time. I'm bitter about it because of some shit, but another story, another time. We're gonna deal with the thing. But yes, I don't even remember what the substitute's name was, but tell me why, when we got in her classroom, because this is an actual teacher who was our substitute, not a substitute teacher, Destiny walks up behind me and shoves me extra ass hard. Now, like I said to you guys earlier, she had been fucking with me all day because of this little game her and Stephanie were playing. So, again, I'm irritated, I'm agitated, I'm running far fucking behind, and I'm gonna get my ass whooped if I don't get this homework turned in because my parents are expecting me to get better grades. So the fact that this bitch comes up behind me and just shoves me, regardless if she was playing or not, I was pissed and I fucking had it. So as she turns to walk away, I turn around and I shove the fuck out of her. And I'm just like looking at her like, yeah, bitch, I just shoved you. Don't put your hands on me. Don't do that. You can sit here and talk all the shit you want to talk, but what we're not gonna do is we're not gonna put your hands on me. Now, before we get into the rest of the story, at this point in time, I am older, I am more mature, and I understand that it is not okay for a man to hit a woman. However, if you come at me and you're trying to put your hands on me, I don't give a fuck if you are a man, a woman, a grown-ass adult, a child, a fucking giraffe, whatever. I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat your ass. Because what we not gonna do is we're not gonna fuck up all of this. What we not gonna do is we're not gonna put your hands on all of this. That's what we're not gonna do. So I don't give a fuck. Especially considering the fact, like I told y'all, I've been being bullied relentlessly all these years. And to the point my parents have to be like, you know, you need to start standing up for yourself. Don't let nobody sit here and bully you or whatever it is. So, you know, going through that and feeling that way, I'm like, I know this bitch did not just put her hands on me. So that's why I shoved her back. And y'all, like I said, I shoved the shit out of her, but it wasn't hard enough for her to go flying. She didn't go across the room. She didn't slip on the tile and bust her head on a fucking desk. So for what to happen next, I was definitely like, oh, hell no. Because this bitch started blowing up her fist and started pummeling on me. Just pummeling and pummeling and kicking and pummeling and pummeling and kicking and pummeling. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck? Because mind you, all of this shit happened in a matter of seconds. So I'm like, what the fuck, Destiny? What the fuck? You supposed to be my bitch and right now you trying to fight me? You supposed to be my bitch and right now you trying to fight me? Okay, I got something for that ass. And so, like I said, since like this shit literally came out of nowhere and literally started happening in a matter of seconds, my first initial reaction was to create distance between me and her and to get her off of me at all costs. So I reached my arm back as far as it would go. And I swang. Baby. But it just so happens that when I swang, my hand connected with her face. And y'all, I want y'all to just sit there and think about what I just said to y'all. I reached my hand back as far as it would go and swang. I reached my hand back as far as it would go and swang. So when my hand connected with her face, you heard that shit. That was the loudest fucking pop I have ever heard in my life outside of a fucking wrestling ring. That was the loudest fucking pop I have ever heard in my entire life outside of a fucking wrestling ring. Bitch, I slapped the taste out of her mouth. I slapped her ass so fucking bad that when our parents got to the school an hour and a half later talking to the principal, her face was still red. My handprint was still on her face. I slapped the shit out of her, y'all. I slapped the fucking taste out of her mouth. And I shouldn't have did that. I should not have did that. I should have just like left the room or some shit. I don't know what. I shouldn't have did that. Because bitch, I thought she was pummeling my ass before. No, bitch. As soon as my hand fucking hit her in the mouth and it said, "What tink?" Bitch, she went in. She was sitting there dunking on me. Dunking. Kicking me like I just ran her fucking dog over. And I'm sitting here trying to like deflect like, whoa bitch. I ain't mean it. You sit here hitting me. Cut it the fuck out. What's wrong with you? And so this other kid comes up behind me in this class. I didn't even fuck with him. I hated his ass. He's one of my bullies. Fuck him. I don't know where the hell he's at, what the hell he's doing in his life, but fuck him. His name was Kevin, I think. We're gonna call him Kevin. We're gonna call him Kevin. We're gonna call him Kevin. Anyways, Kevin decides he's gonna be bold and shit and try to be Captain Save-A-Ho. And even though this bitch is literally sitting here attacking me, and the only hit I've landed on her is that fucking slap in her mouth, this nigga decides it's gonna be a good idea to come up behind me and put me in a fucking cobra clutch. Now, I mean that shit when I say that. For those of you who do not know wrestling moves, I went to a school where wrestling was super big. We were a very urban school and just about everyone there watched wrestling, which is why when I would tell people I wanted to be a professional wrestler, they would laugh at my ass. Because they would be like, oh, you're never going to make that. You're too gay, you're too fat, you're too black, you're too whatever, bitch. But majority of us all watched wrestling. So when I say that this nigga came up behind me and put me in a fucking cobra clutch, I mean that shit. He reached his arm underneath my jaw, grabbed my other arm and pulled it with him, and put me in a fucking cobra clutch. And was like, get the fuck off of her. What? This bitch is on me. Hitting me. Dumping on me. But you see a man trying to defend themselves and you gonna attack me? Now that's why I got a problem with that shit. I'm all for gender equality and all of that, but that's bullshit. Especially if you know a woman is sitting here attacking a man and a man tries to defend himself from it. Fuck that. Fuck that. That bitch decided to hit him. She needs her ass whooped. Period, point blank. It does not matter whether that man is gay, straight, whatever. If you decide to put your hands on somebody else, you need your ass whooped. Period. That is how I was raised. That is how I believe it. If you put your hands on somebody, you need your ass whooped. Which is why I don't go around fighting bitches like that. That, and on top of the fact that I know the law, and I'm not trying to have nobody come up to me like that. I'm gonna just hit you where your pockets count in the law. But again, we ain't gonna talk about that. We gonna get to that story time and all of that shit later on in the month. But anyways, I digress, because like I said, this nigga just came up behind me and put me in a fucking cobra clutch. So I'm like, oh, definitely hell no. Now I'm even more pissed, because I'm like, now you touching me? Now you putting your hands on me and I don't even fuck with you? Oh hell no, now I'm really pissed. Now I'm really ready to fight. So I'm like trying to turn around and fuck him up because I'm like, you need to get the fuck up off of me. And then so like my I think it was Dev and some other friends of ours like finally get up in there and they're like, hey, you guys need to calm down. Like, this ain't y'all. This ain't how we do it in the crew. Like, come on. Like, y'all need to get together. Like, the teacher's right down the way. Y'all need to get together. So I'm like, okay, fine. Teacher's around the way. I'm not trying to do no more shit. Okay, cool. She goes, okay, cool. We're gonna calm down. I go sit down at my seat at the desk. She go across the room and go sit down at her seat at the desk. So we just acted like nothing happened, right? So I'm sitting here thinking I'm just gonna have to do my homework and it's just gonna be fucking scot-free, right? Wrong. Motherfucking wrong. And you wanna know why motherfucking wrong? Because Kevin's bitch ass decided that when the teacher walked into the room, rather than letting bygones be bygones and letting me and this bitch work it out on her own time and figure it out, he decides he's gonna tell the teacher on us. Hey, Miss Teacher Lady, those two were fighting. And then literally both of us just turned and look at him like, are you fucking kidding me? I didn't say shit about this bitch reaching up to pop and coming and kick my ass and shoving me and all that. She ain't say shit about why she got a big ass red ass handprint in her face. Or none of that. So why are you, Captain Save-A-Ho, coming over here trying to snitch on us? So naturally, given the fact that we were fighting in the classroom, we get our asses sent to the principal's office so our parents come down. And so the principal and everything's talking to us about everything and whatever. And I'm just like, she asked my side of the story. I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. I really don't, ma'am. I really don't. And I think her name was Miss Shear. Yeah, Miss Shear. She was dope because she knew I was getting bullied and told me, if you are having problems, you come to me and I will take care of it for you. That's a bitch I fuck with and respect, because when I did go to her with my problems, those shit got dealt with, and it got dealt with like that. So I fucks with Miss Shear. But yeah, Miss Shear was like, you know what's going on? I'm like, I don't understand what's going on, Miss Shear. Ever since Shanna came back up into the mix, Destiny gotta act like a funky ass bitch. Again, Shanna is Destiny's cousin. Like, that is legit her cousin. Like, even though Destiny's black and Shanna's white, they are legit related. Like, they see each other at family reunions and grew up around each other, because I think Destiny's aunt is married to Shanna's uncle or something, vice versa. I don't fucking know. But the point is, they was cousins. So in 6th grade, some shit happened with me and Shanna that mirrors this situation very closely, except for I was on the receiving end of that slap that time, instead of Destiny being on the receiving end of that slap. But again, bitch, that's the story time for another day, because it's not funny, it's not ratchet. That was some hurtful ass shit, and that is some shit that shaped me for who I am today. And yeah, we gonna talk about it later, but it's not here or there right now. So I'm sitting there like, yeah, you know, she wanna sit here and act like a bitch now that Shanna's back in the mix. And as far as I'm concerned, she just came up to me and started attacking me for no reason, so I just slapped the shit out of her. And as far as I'm concerned, she deserves it. Who the fuck puts their hands on somebody like that? What? No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. You're not gonna put your hands on me. That's what we're not gonna do. That's just what we're gonna do. So our parents get down there, and again, like, they knew who we were, because this was the crew. We were always together. So like, they knew growing up, like, oh, you talking to so and so, you talking to so and so, or that's your friend or whatever. They knew who was who. They knew who was who. So when they get there, they're sitting here talking to us or whatever, and they're like, da 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 da. I just don't understand why they would do something like this. They're the best of friends. They love each other so much. And then so the parents sit here and turn to us and they're like, do y'all got like crushes on each other or something? And I swear to God, Destiny and I said no at the exact same time in the exact high-pitched ass voice and turned red. Because apparently, low-key, instead of me just thinking Destiny was my best friend, I had some sort of like attraction to Destiny, and I ain't know what my little 14-year-old hormonal ass, not whatever. I wasn't trying to date no bitches back then, because I didn't like women like that anyway then. I barely like them like that now. I wouldn't date a woman. We can have some interactions, but I'm not gonna date you. I like men. Bitch. I am a woman. So whatever you and I got going on is not gonna be no long-term life bullshit. I'm just saying that right now. I like men, bitch, not women. So for me to have some sort of crush on Destiny, I was like, no, bitch, no, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that, and that's not why I fought her. I fought her because she put her fucking hands on me. And then my parents, what they asses, I love them, but this is some of the most ass-backwards bullshit I have ever fucking heard in my life. My parents was like, well, you know, we understand because of everything that you're going through and everything that's happened to you here in school, but that's a lady. And regardless of if she hit you first, you are a man. And it is your responsibility to disengage from the situation. So, had it been another man, you wouldn't even be in trouble right now. But because you're sitting here fighting a girl, we're gonna have to punish you. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? All I did to this bitch was slap the shit out of her because she started punching me. What about all the punches on my face? All the bruises on my chest? What about all the bruises on my thighs and shit? But because I slapped the shit out of this bitch trying to defend myself, I'm in trouble? Oh, hell no. I gave my parents hell that week. Because I was like, no, fuck that. No, fuck that. No, fuck that. Y'all gonna ground me even though y'all were the ones who told me I need to stick up and defend myself. But y'all gonna ground me because the bitch I defended myself against was a bitch? We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We are all for gender equality, and that bitch can get her ass beat like any other man who tries to put their hands on me, and that's what happened. So because of the fact that my parents are like, oh, no, you shouldn't have fought a girl, that's where we draw the line. Oh, bitch, I gave them hell that week, because I was suspended. We both got suspended for like 3 days. My mom and daddy was like, you finna do chores around the house. And I was like, I'm finna do chores around the house, but I best believe when you in this house with me, I'm gonna have a stank-ass attitude. And I don't give a fuck about it. You ain't gonna be able to do shit else to me because I'm already grounded in trouble, so fuck it. I'm already mad. I'm already pissed. I already got a funky attitude because y'all, this is some bullshit. So fuck it. But in real talk, in the grand scheme of things, it really wasn't that serious. Destiny and I started talking again like a few days later after we came back from our suspension. And she went on to become one of my best friends in high school. Because again, I went to MLK, so when they added on high school, like the majority of us went there because it was like, hello, it's convenient, it's already here, we can take college courses, hell yes, bitch. But yeah, she ended up becoming like my best bestie after that shit. Like, I don't know what it is about me and niggas and when we get into fights, but when I beat people's asses, we usually become friends afterwards because then they realize again, oh, she crazy as fuck. That ain't nobody we want to fuck with because if we fuck with her the wrong way, she gonna kick our ass. We gotta come correct when we step with Double D. And yeah, that's, again, I don't fight like that no more. I was young, I was dumb, I was in a lot of pain because of the shit I was going through. But baby, at that point in time, I didn't give a fuck. Anybody can get it. Man, woman, giraffe, cow, whatever. Anybody can get it. But yes, bitch, that is the story time of how I slapped the shit out of my best friend over some bullshit because of her following up behind somebody else doing some dumb, ignorant shit. So, once again, y'all, like my shit, subscribe to my shit, share my shit. Y'all know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to branch out, trying to build an empire, trying to make my YouTube into a channel that people will want to watch. And I promise you guys, like, I know there's only 7 of y'all on here right now that actually actively watch my videos and subscribe and shit. But bitch, you do not want to miss what I have coming this December. You do not want to miss what I have coming this December. Cause bitch, I promise you, it's gonna be everything that you've been living for. Like everything that y'all love out of YouTube, that series is gonna have it. It's gonna have story time. It's gonna have drama. It's gonna have bullshit. It's gonna have inspiration. Y'all don't want to miss that. But in order for you to know when it's about to drop, you have to like my shit, subscribe to my shit, and share my shit. Otherwise, you're gonna miss the trailers for the trailers. Otherwise, you're gonna miss the trailers for it when they drop. So yes, bitch. Once again, that was an episode of the Double D Show, and I am your host, Double D, and I'm out.